Okay, good evening, folks. It is nearly 9:30 on the 27th of May 2010. I'm just going to run through these charts. I'll start here with the pound US dollar. As I said last night, I didn't get a chance to do a video, or rather, I didn't do a video because there was really nothing doing apart from this inside day on the pound dollar that we had. And so anyway, I took a buy on the breakout of yesterday's high, and that was based on the fact that we have a 9 count in place on the monthly. That'll close on Monday, so it looks like we could get a wee bit of a bounce from here. So I thought that I better cover what I've got already, because I was going to look for this 1.3844 level, but in case we do get a bounce before we get there, I decided to take the inside day breakout, because we are also waiting for a thrust bar on the daily chart here to complete the TDF buy setup. So that's going to happen today, so we'll get the small green arrow underneath this bar after today. So we could see a bit of a bounce from here. So I've moved the position from today to break even, and we'll just see how that goes. I don't really have a target in mind. I mean, I'd probably look up towards these weekly levels here. I don't think the market will get really very much higher than that. Um, yeah, I mean, I don't see this really progressing very far. I mean, I wouldn't be at all surprised if we carry on a bit before we finally make any kind of monthly thrust here anyway. But while there is the chance of a breakout, and we do have the daily bounce pending, then that's why I wanted to take the breakout of yesterday's high. So we'll just see how it goes. I mean, any kind of targets, if anybody else took this trade, like I say, I'll probably take profit on the buy at the 1.4 sort of 892 area. It was already tested and failed on the weekly, but we'll see how it goes. It looks like, well, if we stay where we are today, we'll obviously produce a bullish thrust on the weekly, but I would more see that as a new level to test and then remove. So it's not really a problem. So yeah, so we'll see how that goes. But for the moment, anyway, I think I was looking at this level. Yeah, the 1.4900, around about there. I think I'll take profits on it and then see what happens after that. At least then I'll have banked some more profits. But yeah, hopefully this sell will hold and we won't get too big a bounce. But we'll see. Just as well, looking at this, the pound yen also had a nice inside day yesterday, and we can see we've had the breakout of that high today as well. Quite a good move. I decided kind of against taking this one over the pound dollar, as there's nothing really on any of these other charts in regards to counts anyway that says we're going to get a bounce. But as you know, I'm going to be looking at this 139.38, so I quite like where this bar is going to close out the month. If we can stay around about this area for the close of the month, it would be perfect, and then retest this level at some point next month, and look to sell that level. Still think this market's going to go down to the 100 level, so I'm not really worried about the bounce that we're seeing here at the moment. Although, I mean, it is holding TDST support to the close, and another good bounce this week. But still, fully expect to see this one go lower in the coming months. But it was a nice inside day anyway, a nice breakout. Just to point that out. I think Steve was also asking about the Aussie dollar. Seeing a strong bounce in the Aussie dollar today as well. A wee bit of dollar weakness across the board. Again, though, I quite like this 86.45 level. So anytime sort of going into next week, probably if we can test that level, and I think it looks like quite a good level to sell. And as I said in the group, if we actually go above this level, on, during the week. I think there'll be a lot of pressure to hold this level into the close of the week. So you could see it come down and fail maybe like Thursday, Friday, the last two trading days of the week. That kind of thing. But if we remove this big bar's high, which is 88.59 to the close, then I would kind of stand aside and just watch and try and look for any more signals. But it would kind of dampen the whole failure of this level at that point. And finally, US dollar Swiss franc. As we can see here, this is going to be perfect. I think this market looks like it's going to be pretty bearish in the coming days. We're definitely going to see a pullback here now, and yeah, it looks like, so we've had the 9 count sell set up, and this is going to be the TDF bar, so we'll get the red arrow above this bar as long as we close below the 1.1515 level. At the moment we're at 1506, so if we close where we are at the moment, it's going to be a bearish outside bar and it's going to be the TDF bar, so it's quite a bearish signal to the market. So I would definitely see some weakness coming into this market. I would like to be here intraday to try and get involved in that, but the kind of thing you'd be looking for, because obviously very often a lot of the thrust bar can actually be covered before we see the market go down. So I would think, like going into tomorrow, if we do produce the thrust bar, I'd be looking at sort of 30-minute, 15-minute charts for any kind of signals of weakness, and look to take them. There's not really any levels up here that we can really pick out that we'd look for a failure, but you can see, if it's kind of topping out a little bit, and we've got the 9 count, and it's going to be quite a good signal. So like I say, we're coming up 511 at the moment, so as touch and go, we got to close below 515. So it is touch and go. But should we do that though, then it is going to look pretty bearish. So like I say, maybe look into tomorrow for any signs of weakness to sell. If you wanted to take the full daily trade, full daily risk, it's going to be about 200 pips. It's going to be the body above the high anytime tomorrow. If the market's up here anytime tomorrow, you'd get less risk obviously. But I think anyway this pair's going to struggle from here if we do get this thrust bar today, and it's going to kind of tie in. We've had the buy set up on the Euro US dollar, so I kind of like where the Euro US dollar is right now, and then if we can maybe make a thrust bar next week, if we close somewhere around about here, I think even the Euro US dollar's weekly high this week, I think we'll see a strong breakout through that level going into the close of the month. So yeah, that's basically it for tonight. Again, not a great deal, but I guess this US dollar chief looks quite promising, and obviously the pound dollar's doing well, and we'll see where that closes. But we could see a lot of this bar covered again tomorrow, but hopefully it doesn't come as low as the buy. Okay, cheers.